What is going on, Guardians, and welcome back to another Destiny 2 video. Hey, in this video we're going to be launching a new series where I'm going to be reviewing legendary weapons that would be excellent additions to your arsenal in the PvP arena in Destiny 2. And to kick this series off, we're going to have a look at a legendary energy sidearm that has quickly become a favorite in the community that plays PvP. This is the Last Hope. Now, this sidearm, as I said, is in the energy weapon slot. It is a 3-round burst sidearm, and one of the things that you'll notice about its stats is that its stability is off the charts. It's basically a laser beam, and it has Zen Moment, which makes it even more stable once you start to do damage to your opponents. It is an Amalon energy weapon, and it's a ton of fun to use. Now, because of the 3-round burst and the rate of fire, this thing can melt people in such a short amount of time that this is what makes it so valuable. And you can see in all the gameplay here how quickly I'm melting people with this weapon. It is an absolute monster in PvP. I have become so addicted to using this thing that I have a hard time actually putting it away at this point, because of its ability to help you manage scenarios where you're getting pushed. Maybe you don't have a lot of health, or if you get outnumbered, you can actually outplay multiple people who are in close proximity to you. Now, it doesn't have the most amazing range in the world, but it's definitely able to compete in this close to close mid range where people like to push in on you. A lot of guys will push up to finish you off. If they've primed you with their primary weapons, they'll push up and they'll try and finish you off with a melee or a grenade, something like that. So it's good to be able to bait people into you, break line of sight, bait them in, jump up high or something, and get the drop on them with this sidearm. And you can see here, look at how quickly you can melt somebody. If you land your shots, you're doing 20 to the body, 26 to the head, and because of that, you were able to melt people in less than 2 seconds. And in this game, that's a pretty quick time to kill. So I would recommend, if you see this thing anywhere in your drops, I got mine from the gunsmith when I turned in my reputation stuff and leveled him up. He gave me the Last Hope. I've had a couple of them drop, and if you see this, definitely hang on to it. You're gonna want this because it fits so well with a loadout where you have a kinetic pulse rifle or a kinetic AR like the Origin Story or the Scathe Lock. It's just such a wonderful you know, sort of backup plan to have in your pocket, because you will get pushed on, and a lot of these roaming supers have to get up close to you in order to kill you. And so you can really shut down, and you'll see this in the gameplay, you can shut down supers that are pushing you. Because it's an energy weapon, it melts them much more quickly than your kinetic. So I highly recommend that you get your hands on this and use it in PvP. You will love it. It is an exceptional weapon. I have a hard time putting it down now. In fact, there have been some games where I've switched off of it to play with other stuff, and halfway through I go right back to it. I switch my loadout back and pull the Last Hope back out. And you can see in the gameplay just how effective this weapon actually is. I would say that of all the weapons I've used so far, this is definitely one of the best legendary weapons I've used in PvP. It's honestly that good. And I corroborated my findings with some other content creators. Even Dr. Lupo has said he doesn't put this thing down. It's so good. It really is. I'm not exaggerating. I want to be honest with you guys when I talk about these reviews. Now, how can you best use this weapon and leverage its strengths? I would say this is a phenomenal weapon for baiting people in. And you see this in a lot of the gameplay where I get tagged up, and I'm actually going to break line of sight, go around the corner, and then I'm going to go up and jump up high above the opponent as they push through a choke point or around a corner. I can get the first shots on them because I have elevation and I have this thing whipped out ready to go. And by the time they reorient their sights to find me, I've already got them mostly dead. It also couples really well with grenades, and you'll see this in the gameplay too. Sometimes I'm reading the radar, I see a guy's pushing, I throw a grenade through a choke point, and so as they push, they get tagged up by the grenade, and it takes away, because I'm in a sentinel, it takes away their ability to jump, and I can just finish them off before they have time to evade or double jump or get out of there in any way, shape, or form. So it's such a phenomenal weapon for baiting And I would highly suggest that if you're going to use this weapon, you need to use your vertical space. Be a kitty cat jumping around all nibbly bibbly, you know what I mean? And because of that, you're going to be a little bit more evasive, and it's pretty accurate from the air. So, with that being said, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you enjoyed the review. Find this weapon! Grind through all of your activities, grind up your reputation, grind your engram drops, and find your way to get your hands on this thing, because you will not regret it. I will 100% be using this weapon in trials. I use it in the competitive playlist as well and have a lot of success. So hopefully you'll find this gem, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the Crucible.